Are you allowed to eat in labor? Yes, actually, you are. I'm Jasmine. I'm from the Birth Zone. We're a boutique doula agency. We serve pregnant people and laboring people in the Chicagoland and Milwaukee areas. And I want to let you know all about eating in labor today because labor can be really long and really exhausting. And nobody likes to go through anything for a really long time. That's really, really hard work without some sort of sustenance and nourishment in their body, or at least the opportunity to have those things. So here's the deal on eating in labor. Your hospital may have a policy that they prefer you not eat in labor, especially once active labor begins. That's when your cervix is really starting to make some significant changes. And also, your physician or your midwife may recommend that you not eat in labor. The problem is that sometimes when they mean to say, we recommend you not eat in labor, what they actually say is you can't eat in labor or you are not allowed to eat in labor. But guess what? You can eat anything you want. You just have to bring it yourself to the hospital and eat it yourself. So if their policy is that they don't want you eating in labor, then they won't bring you food from the cafeteria or wherever, but they're also not going to take your own food away from you. Um, this rule about not eating in labor really goes back to a time when women were more commonly put under general anesthesia for C-sections. These days, that's really very rarely done. Most of the time, you have a spinal or an epidural for your cesarean section, and it's still safe and okay to eat ahead of time. And remember that there are people who come into the hospital for emergencies all the time and they're put under general anesthesia for their surgery. For example, if they had a heart attack or a car accident and they didn't prep by not eating ahead of time. So the hospital is well equipped and well staffed to, sorry, my dogs are always making noise in the background, but the hospital is well equipped and well staffed to deal with that. And here's the thing, for a lot of people, they need to eat in order to avoid having a cesarean section, because if you don't eat and you're in labor for 24 or 36 hours, it could be really hard to push your baby out at the end, or really hard to hang in there as long as you need to hang in there for your labor. So in a lot of cases, you're actually less likely to have a cesarean section if you go ahead and eat. Some really good snacks that you might want to consider putting in your birth bag, bringing to the hospital, would be things like honey sticks, things that give you like really quick energy when you are just exhausted and at your wits' end and need something to perk you up. Granola bars. If you can do nut butters, there's almond butter and peanut butter, like those little like snack packs that you can just squeeze into your mouth. Those kinds of things are really easy to eat. Remember, and they're shelf stable, so you don't have to worry about bringing a whole cooler bag or anything like that. Remember that it is really likely for everyone to vomit in labor. That happens for a whole lot of people. So whatever you eat, just be conscious that it will very likely come back up on you later. And that's normal and that's okay. And that will happen whether you eat or not. So you might as well have something in your stomach if that's the case. It's kind of better than dry heaving. But anyway, that's the deal with eating in labor. You are in charge of yourself. You're in charge of all the decisions. So even when they say they don't want you to eat, you can just gently explain, say, hey, I'm not here to be controversial or difficult, but I really need to eat and I've brought food with me and I don't need you to bring me anything, but I'm going to go ahead and eat my food. I acknowledge and appreciate that that goes against your advice, but this is what I'm choosing to do in my situation. If you want to reach us or have other questions to reach out about, you can find us on thebirthzone.com. That's thebirthzone, ZONE.com.